Hey everyone, Noctem0 here, and today is Thursday, so you know what that means. Another game jam. This time it's action adventure game that really, to me, didn't get as much attention as I thought it should have, but it's a game that I really liked from way back when. And that game is Jet Li's Rise to Honor.
Okay, so the plot of the game is pretty simple. You play as a character named Kit Yoon, who's an undercover Hong Kong police officer assigned as a bodyguard to another guy named Boss Chang, who there's a bit of a subplot where he's the friend of the main character's father. And pretty much a little while goes into his undercover assignment, and all of a sudden this guy wants to leave a life of crime. But of course he's getting protests by a lot of his associates. Eventually he gets assassinated or something, and Kit did try to protect him, but that pretty much is what starts the game. The gameplay of the game is actually pretty fun. I don't know if anyone's ever played Grab by the Ghoulies, which would probably be another game jam I do down the road. But its fighting style is pretty much you don't press the buttons like you would in traditional fighting style action adventure game. Instead of it being like Batman where you're pressing one button, and now you use the right joystick to use your moves, because pretty much they added some kind of analog combat. I don't know if that's what it's officially called, but that's pretty much how the fighting works, where if say someone's trying to attack you from behind, you just push the joystick that direction, he'll punch behind him while still focusing forward. It was a pretty sweet mechanic at the time. My younger brother didn't care for this game so much just because of that, but then he wanted the game Too Human, I think that's what it was called, on the Xbox 360, which had a similar style, and yet he wanted that one, and that game ended up being crap. So I don't get my brother's plight against that, but I thought Rise to Honor was pretty good in that regard. It had some gunplay too, but I noticed they didn't have too many gun levels, because they had phases. You had points where you were fighting, points where you were shooting. I think my favorite part was in the hospital when you're on the gurney and you're just shooting enemies left and right with Uzis, and that was fun. Another thing is that they gave you options to either like play the game completely in English, or you can leave it as it was and listen to the to how it was done in, I guess, Mandarin, or I'm just gonna go with Chinese. I'm gonna go to hell for this. To hear how the voices were done. Jet Li provides the voice, and he did the motion capture work. They even had cool special features showing how the game was made. I thought this was cool. I remember, I think I was 14 when I saw this game at Best Buy a long time ago, and I was in their store and I was just playing the hell out of it, having a good time with it, and it was fun. And I wanted it. My brother tried it alongside me. He did not like it. It just, for some reason, it did not click with him, the analog fighting, so he never even gave it a chance. I played the game all the way through. The boss fight at the end was probably the one that annoyed me the most. It took me so many tries. Honestly, I really wish that this game kind of went further, but it ended with, like, wrapping everything up in a nice, neat bow, so it's not like they needed a sequel. It's just, I think it's because it didn't do so well critically. Really, IGN probably gave it, pretty much gave it the lowest score, along with Eurogamer. But everybody else, they gave it mediocre. Its highest was from Entertainment Weekly, but I'm pretty sure it's because they interviewed Jet Li for it. I personally think it was rated just a little bit higher. The combat was good. Graphically, it wasn't that great, but again, it's a PS2 title, so back then it looked awesome. Today, it probably wouldn't hold up so much. I hope that Sony will at least go back and add this as a PS4 download or something in the future. I don't think it was released on any other platforms. I believe it was only a PS2 exclusive at the time. And really, the whole exclusivity thing to me didn't really start taking off until PS3 and 360 started coming out and competing heavily against each other. But regardless of that, this game was worth getting. I wish I could show actual gameplay footage just to give you guys an idea, but again, I don't really have the best technology right now to do anything like that. I don't even have that kind of skill right now. I draw stuff. I don't really know how to how to put videos together. But either way, just please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed just this little bit of insight. It's just, this is a game I really liked, and I hope that they decide to bring it back. I mean, Max Payne came back on PS4 download, which is another game gem I will be doing probably Monday, and that one I can show off gameplay. And this one, it's well worth it. You guys should definitely check it out. Anyway, take care.